In the Middle Ages, Vlad the Impaler, Luke Evans, is the Prince of Transylvania. As a child, he was enslaved by the Turkish Empire and trained to be a soldier in the Sultan's elite Janissary Corps, where he became their most feared warrior, nicknamed the Impaler after slaughtering thousands. Eventually sickened by his acts, he put aside his past and returned to rule Transylvania in peace. One mild day in the forest, Vlad and his soldiers discover a Turkish helmet in a stream and fear that a Turkish scouting party is preparing the way for invasion. They follow the stream to a high mountain cave. Inside, the ground is carpeted in crushed bone, and they are attacked in the dark by an unknown creature. While his men are killed, Vlad escapes the cave into the sunlight, and the creature does not follow. Returning to his castle, Vlad finds out from a local monk that the creature is a vampire, once a man who made a pact with a demon in return for special powers.
Of a creature laying siege to this holy place. The Roman mystics prophesied the coming of a great evil. A vampire. From the Greek word pi, to drink. The beast was once a mortal man who summoned a demon from the depths of hell to trade for his dark power. The demon tricked the man.
In desperation, Vlad returns to the vampire's cave to seek help. The vampire offers him some of his blood, which will temporarily give Vlad the powers of a vampire. If he resists the intense urge to drink blood, after 3 days, he will turn back into a human. Otherwise, he will remain a vampire forever and will one day be called upon to help his maker. Vlad accepts the offer and drinks the vampire's blood. Waking up in the forest afterwards, Vlad discovers he has been granted heightened senses, increased strength, and the ability to transform into a flock of bats, but his skin slowly burns in direct sunlight. When he returns to Castle Dracula, the Turkish army attack, but Vlad kills them all by himself. He then sends most of the castle's subjects to Kozia Monastery, which is situated on the edge of a mountain. During the journey, Mirena, Sarah Gaydon, learns of Vlad's curse, but accepts that he will regain his mortality once the Turks are defeated. A gypsy named Shkelgim, who knows Vlad is a vampire, proclaims himself as his servant and offers his own blood, but Vlad resists. As they near the monastery, the Transylvanians are ambushed by Turkish soldiers, and while Vlad and his men successfully repel them, Vlad's sudden increased strength arouses suspicion among his subjects. The next day at the monastery, a monk learns of the curse and leads the Transylvanians to turn on Vlad, trapping him in a burning building. Black smoke blocks out the sun, allowing an outraged Vlad to escape the fire, and he angrily reveals that he became a vampire for the sole purpose of protecting his people from the Turks.
This is your loyalty? Your gratitude? Fools! You think you are alive because you can fight? You are alive because of me! Because of what I did to save you!
That night, the Turkish army marches on the monastery. Vlad commands an enormous swarm of bats to repel them. However, the soldiers are actually a decoy force, allowing a handful of Turks to infiltrate the monastery and kidnap Ingeras. Mirena tries to defend her son and falls from the edge of the monastery wall. Dying, Mirena pleads with Vlad to drink her blood before the sun rises to give him the strength to save their son. Vlad reluctantly drinks her blood, triggering his final transformation into a full-blooded vampire, and granting him even greater powers. Vlad returns to the monastery and turns a small group of survivors into vampires as well. At the Turkish camp, Mehmed prepares for a massive invasion of Europe. Vlad's vampires arrive and massacre the soldiers, while Vlad himself goes after Mehmed, who is holding Ingeras captive. Aware that vampires are weakened by silver, Mehmed has lined the floor of his tent with silver coins and fights Vlad with a silver sword. He overpowers Vlad and prepares to impale his heart with a wooden stake, but Vlad turns into a flock of bats and evades him. Taking the name Dracula, son of the devil, he kills Mehmed and drinks his blood.
That is no longer my name. My name is Dracula, son of the devil.
The monk who had previously led the Transylvanians against Vlad appears and keeps the vampires at bay with the Christian cross. Dracula orders the monk to take Ingaras away, then uses his power to clear the black clouds in the sky. The sunlight burns the vampires into dust, while Dracula collapses into a charred corpse.